This is London with Bitcoin Spike. I have identified a bullish pattern. We're going to go through the details. I have also identified something to be a bit cautious about, a bit of a level of resistance. We're going to go through some returns for VIP. Hit the like button. By the way, if you appreciate these updates, it lets me know to bring you more content, especially for our VIP. Now, I'll go over the specifics here, the bump and run variation. We hunt these guys. What we're looking for is an expansion between the sellers on resistance, the buyers on support. I'm going to go through some details about how the VIP trade these, but I want to let you know anytime that we see an expansion, essentially increased volatility between essentially the demand contract of buyers on support, sellers on resistance, if we see that increase in volatility, we're ready, bam, to go to the upside. We're also ready, and pay attention, I'll go through the returns in a moment. Incredible returns this past weekend for VIP. This is London with Bitcoin Spike, former hedge fund owner, private non-SEC, and not financial advice. But looking at this preceding level here, we had established and we noted, and I want to make sure everyone listens to what I'm about to say. Everyone. Level of support, level of resistance. We noted in this zone we were in. This was the preceding zone, about $24,000 zone for Bitcoin. We noted we were in a bullish pattern. Now, if you don't know how to trade, listen, if you do not know how to trade, if you do not know how to establish backup provisions along a lower level of support, it's not going to be my fault. It's not going to be VIP fault. It's going to be your own fault. If you are never prepared to operate at a lower level of support on a bullish pattern such as this, you are not doing yourself a service. I want to let you know that you are not doing yourself a service, and you're certainly not VIP. I bring that up in the context. Why? Because this was an incredible previous pattern to trade. You know this. Incredible pattern to trade. Bam, to the upside. However, I'm going to let you know, while these are bullish, we like to put them in the framework of an extremely bullish context. Understand the fact that it's bullish by no means is going to entice anybody to try and stay off of a lower pickup. No, not at all. The fact that it's bullish is going to ensure that the buyers are lined up along this lower level of support. So make sure that you are framed into how to trade. And if you're not, you need to join VIP. We're going to go through the right-hand side here. Right-hand side has something I alluded to in the previous video before I go through the details in terms of the current level of resistance that we are parked at. Prior support, level of resistance. I get to go through 331% for Steve. Way to go, Steve. I woke up this morning, I'm like, look at Steve, 331%. And Venus is the showstopper. Check it out, guys. 368%. Look at these guys from the weekend. 368% in a long, 172% in a long, 145%, then a 402%. These last two were shorts. Bam, bam. Unbelievable returns. We love to see you trade Venus, the number one contributor to the station. You see, she is doing well. We'd love to see that. Now, in terms of the additional pattern formations, et cetera, that we're going to go through. Let me go through a few more returns here just for a moment. Leon, look at 116%. Beautifully well done. Very, very nice trading. I'm very impressed with your skill set thus far, Leon. Very well done. In terms of 168%, who is it? Again, J Mac bringing the heat to VIP. And who else is always there, always in the back? Pit Boss, a.k.a. Pit Boss, would be Vlad at 152%. Way to trade. 128% also an old straggler there from Venus. We are excited about 2022. We are trading and we are building the number one trade group, if you can't tell. Now, in terms of let's go through something important. I want to go through this for you guys. This is important, and I appreciate all of you guys giving me a little bit of a break yesterday. I didn't need much of one, but yeah, a little bit under the weather, etc. I'm kind of due. I have to tell you guys, it's been like 2 or 3 or 4 years since I've been sick at all. So I kind of need to get sick just a bit. Let me go ahead and pull this screen over here to the left. Now, what I'm preparing for you on the right-hand side here is a view into a very, very important technical that the market, I'd say the top dogs are paying attention to, but I want to make sure that you know about it. And guys, if you haven't joined VIP yet, I have no idea what you're doing with your trade, with your trades, guys. It's the place to be. What I want to do is I want to get on the daily time frame right now. I want to use a highly technical approach, I want to draw a parallel channel. I want to draw a parallel channel, and I want to bring it down from the top of the price action. Recall the peak at $64,863.10. Call it 65 if you will. Recall the peak, the all-time high at 69,000. I want you to draw a parallel channel, and I want you to carry that down. Boom. I want you to settle that in to this area, and I want you to have an appreciation for what's going on right now with Bitcoin. With the preceding price action here, this angled trend line approach, and our attempt currently, our active attempt to recapture the entirety of this parallel channel carry down. Hugely important. If you trade a lot, you know why I just brought that up. It's a big, big move. Now, and if you don't know what's going on, guys, you're just in the dark. That's not gonna work around here. You guys got to know what's going on. We have to do a lot of work too. And you know that we have to do a lot of work. We get to do a lot of work in terms of TA. So I'm also going to ask that you adjust your desktop view just a bit to reflect the current level of prior support to resistance. This specific feature here is a real ongoing battle for Bitcoin. It just is. I talked about a recoup into this level. Let's get rid of this specific channel formation. Let's look at the expansion. All right, the expansion. The nice part of the expansion would be back to level of resistance, right? That is one of the key characteristics of a level of resistance, is that sometimes it will, I'd say, or a key characteristic would be that sometimes the resistance will act like a magnet. You know this. At some point, resistance, line of resistance wants to be revisited by price. So that is ultimately what I've got my laser eye on, is this top line resistance. You bet. That Bitcoin dominance chart on the monthly dominance chart, to the extent that it decides to comport roll over and have its bullish expression that it is currently indicating. I am very focused on Bitcoin. I would look at the Bitcoin dominance monthly chart, guys. So yes, what I'm going to ask you to do now is to mind this specific zone in here, please, on the daily. The original pickup, if we do draw the trend line between this level of support instead of this, I'd say this fallout. If you guys will recall, that was January 2021, okay? That was January price action 2021, but it looks like right now this level of support in line with this specific level of support, these two wick features here are what's providing a temporary level of resistance. It's a cross trend line, level of support to resistance, but you'll just see that something's going on at this level. You know, if we dig into it, you'll just see the candle wicks up and over. It's just like there's selling pressure here. For some reason, selling pressure. Yes, it's coincident quite well with that $25,000 mark. Absolutely. So there's a psychological level built in to this angled trend line, but I want you to know, as you diagnose your patterns, because we always say buy at support, sell at resistance, trade your patterns and hit your targets. That's also buy or long at support, right? Sell or short at resistance, trade your patterns and hit your targets. So in terms of that line, make sure that you're dialed in to, I'd say, taking out this specific origination point here and recognize this cross trend line. We do a lot of work with cross trend lines. So in terms of where we are at, we are trading in the back. You know this. And I will say this one thing. I brought this to the attention of the VIP. Let's go through one dynamic. Let me see. Sorry for moving these around, but I know you guys don't mind. You want to see the technicals, so we're going to bring it to you. In terms of the feature here, on the left-hand side, the best and the most bullish that we could become. Appreciate you guys in terms of your patience for these, but it's just, this is the top line TA that we can deliver. Bottom line, it's the best TA we can deliver. There is a very solid argument, period. Understand this, very solid argument that you are between a 65 and 75% chance of a recoup to 47,746. 47,700 and just say 47.5. Let's call it 47.5. The top line feature of this origination of the pattern. Okay, this specific bump and run, when we start to look at it like this, you need to understand The recoup to the 47.5 is that is part of a data set. And when I say it's in terms of the probabilities, the 65% to 75% chance of that occurring, it's part of a data set. Looking at the entire aggregate, at the entire, let's say, the last 4 to 5 decades of information, dealing with all of the indices, all of the patterns that have been accumulated, yes, there would be, based on this type of a pattern. I'm on the 8 hourly right now. There's no reason I couldn't be on the 4 hourly, no reason I couldn't be on the daily, etc., to reflect this bump and run, this bell, right, this expansion. And again, it's that increase in volatility that we want between the buyers and the sellers. So the important thing is this: as you would look at there's either a 65% or a 75% chance of our recouping this origination point of this pattern. What is important is the following. There's a distinction that's made. There's a distinction between the 65% or the 75%, essentially, and it's going to be whether or not we're in a bull or a bear market. Okay, so that's going to be the litmus test. I know you don't like to hear that, and I'll tell you, if you're listening to Bloomberg or anything else, consistently, there is a diametric opposition in terms of people saying, well, we are in the bull, we're not in the bear, we are in the bear, we're not in the bull. It's all day long. So to qualify your trade, I'm going to say this, to qualify your trade with an extra 10%, say from 65% to 75%, that we would revisit 47,500, it's a big deal to couch it on the fact that, well, you're going to have to be in a bull market really, really to pull that off. So I bring it up because it is the data. It is what we're looking at. It is, those are as certified in terms of results as you can get in the market. That 65% to 75% of the recoup of this level here. It's that recoup of the 47.5 also on this level. We went through some kind of I'd say the bearish slant on things yesterday or 2 days ago in a video. What I'll say is the following. In terms of the potential for a failure, we still have a 20% chance for a failure. That's what I'm going to say in terms of this specific pattern here. I'm just going to say, yes, we have those percentages of getting up to the top side. We have a lot of room between here and there, and we do have an opportunity to still fail. Okay, so understand, the more that the bear mode kicks in, the more that 65% is coupled with a 20% failure. So pay attention. Never be overexposed. I'll tell you, one of the most important things that I could probably finish up with before I invite everybody, as always, to join VIP would be the following. Bitcoin has been a master recently at what? At providing you an opportunity to buy the dip. Okay? Understand, when people's accounts are going up, when you're making money in your account, your trades are all working out. Guys, looking at the last 60 days of price action as we have carved to the upside, there have been multiple micro and many macro dips for you to be able to buy. As long as that continues, guys, it's just understand that it's an opportunity to make money. You don't want to buck the trend. That has been the trend, okay, is that we have had continual dips and higher high, dip, higher high, dip, higher high. We've continued in this fashion, and the buy the dip mentality has been a money maker. So I understand at this point, as we would dig into the daily, and I'm going to go ahead and just give you guys all the TA. I appreciate you watching through, etc. But looking at the daily feature, you understand that we're looking at the ascending triangle that's really backing off at this point. It's really backing off at this point, testing potential reconfirmation, prior resistance as support. This is a big moment for Bitcoin, because this is a daily pattern that we're looking at, and we've been trading, and we would have liked to have seen, in line with the NASDAQ continuing to go, we would have liked to have seen some more momentum from Bitcoin. Again, that's where that specific cross-trend line comes into play. I want you to be aware of these levels that are in play. And I think this is a bit of a different chart here. Let's just, that I have situated a little bit differently, but there we go. In terms of that cross-trend line support to resistance, that is the most easily identifiable level, or it's a trend line, TA component that we can bring to light in line with that just sheer psychological, $25,000 level. So this is London with Bitcoin Spike. We have a lot going on. Right now, it's been a buy the dip, make the money kind of market. You know this. So what I'll say is we feel more comfortable with patterns. We feel more comfortable with patterns to look at to give us the not only this, let's say, the broad scope differentiated whether or not we're in a bull or bear market, 65% to 75%, something that could take another month to get to, or let's say 45 days to get back up to if it were to complete. But we like to zone in. We'd like to feature in on the lower time frames. It's continually what we're doing as we day trade Bitcoin. And in the back, just shout out to the VIP because we're continually going through new patterns. Venus, thank you for shouting out on that. But we're continually leveling in with pattern dynamics with whether it be a channel feature or the Fibonacci as well, or looking at the bearish slant here. This was before, bam, that hit to the downside. A lot of you guys caught a nice short. I did let you know that it wasn't clear and free. Here I said road to 26.6 is not clear and free on the wicks. You guys got that. A lot of you nailed a short in the back. Congratulations. What I'll do is I'll tell you guys I'm looking forward this week to streaming a bit, and I will try and get back up on the health front to where that is, it's just my throat. For some reason, my throat has just gotten a little bit angry from me working out in the mornings at like 5 in the morning. It's cold in the gym, so I'm like, I don't know what they did to me. But we'll get that all sorted out. In the meantime, we'll be in the back trading. If you're not VIP yet, I want to let you know we are building VIP, and you can start right here. Either join with YouTube, and again, it's London with Bitcoin Spike, former hedge fund owner, private, non-SEC, and not financial advice. But guys, we rock and roll it. In terms of this link on our Twitter, it'll allow you to join or hit the join button on YouTube. Go ahead after you've joined and put I am VIP. Boom. We want to shout out to Venus, our #1 contributor, and over $10,000. We're excited, Venus, about 2022. We are building VIP, and we're excited, guys. Go ahead and hit that first pin tweet. Let me know I am VIP, and I will put you in the back in the winner's circle, and we will be trading. This is London with Bitcoin Spike. Guys, let's go get it done. Great returns. Great returns. That's all I can say. And another incredible VIP weekend. Thanks so much, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.